Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else,
Unscripted, unadulterated, no totals.
That's right, and welcome to the Total Stickcast. My name's Paul Johnson. I'm a freelance writer, author, vlogger, and I do other stuff with varying consistency. You can head on over to everythingpaul.net to get an eyeful of all of that. And with me, as always, he wore an itsy bitsy, teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini for the first time today. It's Ryan Blair.
Oh God, that is just a hideous image. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down for polka dot bikinis, but the itty bitty teeny weeny part might be a little much.
It was really hard to say that itsy bitsy teeny weeny.
Yellow does just not look good on fat people. So, yeah, that's just a fat people.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's a terrifying thought.
But it looks good on black people.
Yellow?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Caucasian people cannot wear yellow. So for those of you who have subscribed for the video feed, you can see that I'm wearing a crazy wonky hat. What do you think of my hat, Ryan? Describe my hat in 3 words for the people that can't see it.
Out of control.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah.
Mind blown.
I think it evokes Dr. Seussian imagery. So yeah. you gotta pay to see that shit. So you can check us out at patreon.com/TSC podcast. And you can get all kinds of exclusive stuff over there, including weekly minisodes, which we recorded one of right before this, and video feed for just $5 a month of me with my crazy hat. And you can actually see us when our lips move. It's crazy. It might be erotic, depending on what you're into. So what have you been up to this week, Ryan?
Oh, geez, not a heck of a lot. Yeah, I can't think of anything too specific. I went to a really good restaurant the other night. Asian buffet here in Calgary. That's what it's called, Asian buffet. And the food wasn't half bad. They had crab legs and lobster claws and yeah, so, and you don't see that at a lot of the Asia. I mean, it was, close to $30 a plate, so you expect a little bit more of the premium stuff. But no, it was, so it was good. Before that, went to the water slides, wave pool. But yeah, short of that, just, no, that's my life.
Okay. You went to Banff recently too, didn't you? Banff?
No, I was supposed to go to Banff a few days ago, but with the non-stop snow that's been happening, it's I just didn't want to go out on the highway. But I think we're going to be going out to Banff on Friday. Go to the hot springs, climb a mountain.
Rad.
Yeah.
I'm getting text messages and they're showing up on my screen. I don't think they'll show up in the final thing. Okay, well, that's pretty radical. I've been staying pretty busy. I've, on Sunday, I did The Melancholy Condition, which is another podcast, with Darius Velasquez. I butchered that. Who's going to be coming on to see us next week.
Cool.
That's going to be fun. He does mental health. Yeah, he does a mental health podcast, talking all about depression and different things like that. He has a whole bunch of people on there who talk about different things like conquering it with food and, different things like that. And so he does all kinds of interesting things. So went on there to just talk about a few things in general. You'll have to go over there and have a look at that if you want to know more about that. That's called The Melancholy Condition.
And
it's not out yet.
Two more people in the world that need mental health aside from us, right?
Right.
So that he's coming on the show.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll reevaluate his goals when he's done with us. But,
yes.
So when that comes out, I don't know. It'll be on our Facebook page and stuff like that. I don't know exactly when that happens. Oh, you have one of those things. I remember those.
What?
It's a calculator. The funky calculator. Yeah, I hollowed mine out. I probably had it at Cash Canada. I hollowed mine out and I used to carry my joints in it and my lighter. It's the perfect size.
Yeah, I'm fidgety today. I don't know why. So
you are fidgety. You've been holding something to hold. Earlier, you had something that could be used as a weapon. I can't remember what you were holding. Oh, was that what it was? Oh, okay.
That's just a charging cable.
Used as a weapon.
Anything can be used as a weapon. Yeah. Yeah.
My hat keeps hitting my pop screen.
Isn't this the most ridiculous thing you have ever seen in your life? It is the
What do you see?
tiniest little tape dispenser.
Tape? I thought it was for whiteout.
No, it's a little tape dispenser. It came in. You know those Christmas crackers?
Oh
The
yeah,
things that you pop and it comes a little hat and a joke and a toy inside. Well, this was from a Christmas cracker. So
really?
yeah,
That is the tiniest thing ever.
yeah,
Yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening, I did fun fiction with Scotty Moore. He was on
yep.
here last week in an episode called A Total Load of Scotty Moore. That's right. So that so you can check that out. This last episode in your feed if you just look down there. Except for the people watching the video, it's not down there, which makes it really confusing when I point. Okay, never mind. But anyway, so yeah, so I went into that, and he read my Bob's Burgers fan fiction,
Yeah.
first fan fiction I've ever written, and he read that. I made him read it. When I went on, I was going to read it, but then he read something else, and he did all the voices and shit. And I was like, "Well, I can't. It would be a disgrace because I'm not going to do the voices as well." So now you have to read it. So I made him read my Bob's Burgers fan fiction.
But
So,
I think the real important thing is that you got it done.
I got it.
You got it done.
I only had to postpone recording by a week to make it happen, and then I was still working on it up until the last fucking second last night. So.
Yeah, I believe you.
That's why I'm
absolutely believe you.
Something to keep me going. I'm still writing weird lists. I've been writing these little mini stories too lately, but I can't remember. I felt like I had a story about that, but I don't really know what it was now. So yeah, anyways, I've been busy. That's in a nutshell. I ate, what else do I got here? I have notes. I am too busy. We covered that. I ate pizza with whipped cream, so shoot me. Okay, that's a whole nother thing. Yeah, I bought a pizza the other day.
A pizza.
And it had cream on it. And it had whipped cream on it.
Ew.
Talk about weird food toppings on here. Yeah, that's a thing.
What? Okay, I need to understand more of this.
So
you had whipped cream on a pizza.
this is a frozen pizza.
Okay.
Okay. I bought one in the past, and I took it out of the container, and I saw all these weird kind of grayish white blobs on it, and I was like, oh, like I kind of thought it was mold that had frozen and plastic, you know what I'm saying, like mold would be smooth on top if it froze under plastic. You kind of think in your head, right? Because it wouldn't be able to, whatever. So I mean, I just look at it, I go, hey, that could be mold. I'm super fucking finicky when it comes to food. So, like, if I thought it was mold, like, I am not, even I could cook it all day long and put it on a plate. I would just shift it around my plate awkwardly, and I would never manage to make myself eat it because it's in my head now that it's mold, right? So, anyways, so I wound up taking it back, and I was just like, I'm going to avoid that brand now forevermore because it's in my head and whatever. Anyways, recently they were on sale, and I tried them again, but I stayed away from anything that looked remotely similar to the kind I got last time. Long story short, I wound up accidentally getting the kind I got last time. Well, this time I actually read the ingredients and I was like, okay, what is this fucking shit? And I found out it has whipped cream in it. And this time, too, it was better. Like last time, I think the machine was running out. There was like just a few sparse ones. This time, there's like 5 in a wheel. You can see all the splotches.
Now,
so
is this a dessert pizza?
It's not. That's the worst part. It's a 4-cheese pizza.
With whipped cream on it.
With whipped cream on it, and I would wager a guesstimate because they don't talk, like it's not like on the front they're like with whipped cream, like try this exotic flavor series. No, it's not. They make no deal of it. It's 4-cheese pizza. Then you open it up, you go, what the fuck is this? You read the ingredients and you find out it's whipped cream. So I would wager a guess if the fact is whipped cream with like maybe chives or something maybe mixed in with it, whipped in with it to make it more savory than sweet. But it's still weird because it's not mixed anymore. It's been frozen. It's on the pizza, and you just cooked it at 400 degrees. So what it is it's milk. That's what it is. It's milk on your pizza, right? Yeah.
Well,
it wasn't.
I don't know, man. I'm just really. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really baffled. Like it had to have been an accident. No, but seriously, like it had to have been, somebody, yeah, I can't see that actually being a thing.
Like on purpose. You're saying it was like somebody's last day and they submitted the ingredient list and they didn't care and nobody asked any more
Sure.
questions. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that. You know, I mean, that's as reasonable as anything else, but I just don't feel like they're putting it on there on purpose to add some kind of flavor to it. Because whipped cream doesn't. It's cheese pizza. I don't.
I know.
And I mean, maybe yeah. Because no, I don't know, man. I would
Trying to find out if this is a thing.
I would probably email the manufacturer, right, and just be like, "So hey,
You're breaking up.
oh, I don't know why."
Oh, there we go. You seem to be back now. Okay, go ahead.
But I would email the manufacturer and I'd just be like, "Hey, is this a thing or what?"
Right. So here I'm reading about a pizza that has whipped cream on it. Sausage and cream pizza.
Okay. But
This is
yeah,
weird.
I don't know. I mean, like I'm not saying there can't be whipped cream on a pizza, but I just don't feel like a 4-cheese pizza would have whipped cream on it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's batshit crazy. I was just looking at sausage and cream pizza with whipped cream. That's it. The whole thing. The whole thing. It's just fucking weird. So yeah. So that happened. Goldie Hawn. You know who Goldie Hawn is?
Yeah, I know Goldie Hawn is. Yeah.
Yeah. This light makes my one tooth shine a lot. It looks like I have like a gold tooth. So yeah. Back to Goldie Hawn. Goldie Hawn.
What the hell
I
does
have an
that have to
issue.
do with Goldie Hawn?
Well, Gold Tooth, Kurt Russell, pirate and Overboard, pirate,
Oh,
sailor and over. You know, like he was
no.
like I don't know. No, he was a pirate in something, not Overboard. What was he a
He wasn't a
pirate in?
pirate. He was Snake Plissken in Escape from LA and Escape from New York. He wasn't a pirate. He just had
Oh,
a
okay, never mind.
patch.
Oh, okay, never mind. That's why. Okay, so okay. No, he was a pirate in something. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, anyways, Goldie Hawn though, okay, I don't know if you have
I
this
think he
call, and
was a
there's a name
pirate
for
in
this. I know
Captain
there's a name for
Ron.
this. That's what it. Yes, Captain Ron. That's what it's called. Thank you. Yes, that's what that movie's. Yes, you're so right. There's buckets of right. Yes.
Okay, are we feeling better now?
Yes, because that would have driven me nuts. I would have run around going, he was a pirate at some point. Yeah. Okay, so anyways, Goldie Hawn. I don't like. There's a name for this. I'm sure there's a name for this. Do you have anything where you look at something and you? I started this in the wrong order. I buried the lead. Have you ever had where you look at something and you just know in your head what it smells like? Like it's like it triggers something where you're like, oh, I can smell that thing just looking at it.
No.
Really?
Maybe.
It's like a thing
I
almost
know
like
what it
deja vu.
smells like just by like what? Like I'm looking through a magazine and I see a plate of pasta or something, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
oh, I know
maybe
what.
if past is your trigger, or maybe it's a type of alcohol, or maybe it's like makeup, and like it makes you smell like your aunt's bedroom from when you were a kid, or whatever. You know, like it like something that conjures up like a smell, a deeper smell connection.
So something that triggers like a memory or something.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Just an intense emotion. Yeah. Okay. But every time I look at Goldie Hawn, and this has been a thing for a long time, like a long time. This has been, I'm sure she's a wonderful person. When I look at Goldie Hawn, I swear to God, she smells like vodka and bad decisions or something. Like just like day old vodka, like vodka and like a few cigarettes. Like she smells like a drunk woman, and like when I look at her, I smell drunk woman.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Just to let you know, Goldie, I love you, and I think you probably smell beautiful.
I don't have a personal problem with Goldie Hawn, but when I look at her, I can smell like okay. When I look at Robin Williams, oh my God, wait, this is a thing. This is a problem. This is a me thing. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, I think Robin Williams smells like sweat. When I look at Robin Williams, I assume he smells sweaty. That's my thing. But I never related those two things together. I never realized those were like the same issue. But I was gonna say it's like when I look at Robin Williams. No, it isn't. It's the same fucking mental problem.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's you. I don't look at celebrities or people and go, I wonder what they taste like. You know, like that's weird. That is really, really weird. Yeah.
This is a thing I just learned about myself. How is this? I can't even hold my head properly because I'm wearing an enormous outlandish hat.
I mean,
But
like for me, I have like a smell. Like I'll smell something, and it'll remind me of something. Like for me, the girl I lost my virginity to was wearing a French vanilla perfume or deodorant or something.
Yeah.
Right. So now, you know, throughout the years, I've been walking through a mall. I've been walking through a store. I've been walking in a park. And all of a sudden, I get that whiff. And it brings me back and reminds me of this girl. Right. So things like that. But I mean, I don't sit there and, you know, and go, I wonder what her panties smell like. You know, like that's weird.
Okay, also, I've never wondered what Goldie Hawn's pant. Well, I guess if she smells like vodka and bad decisions, I can kind of assume what her panties smell like. But I've never wondered what Goldie Hawn's panties smell like. I don't. But bad decision smells like something. I want to say it's like a mix of like sex and cigarettes and vodka. I don't. Go ahead.
Would the panties not smell like vodka and bad decisions and cigarettes?
Probably. They would at least smell like cigarettes and sex.
Poor Goldie.
The episode title, Goldie Hawn Smells Like Sex.
Yeah.
Wow.
It smells like teen spirit to a whole new meaning.
Oh, yeah, but she's like so far from being a teen. That's already that's already the image that smells like teen spirit conjures up in my head. I hate to break it to you. That's like a cotton panties song, like until you hear it, and then you're like, oh wait, that's not what it's about. Okay, wait, is this another weird thing about me?
I think there's a lot of things that are weird about you that, you know, slowly come out in each episode.
Things that haven't yet been diagnosed by this podcast.
Yeah, they could probably name some conditions after you.
Probably. Right? Well, yeah. I mean, I once had a counselor tell me that I was probably a combination of things, and it probably wasn't easy to pin it down to just like depression or anything. I was a combination of things he wanted to know more about.
Yeah.
So
just call it Paul syndrome.
Yeah, it covers a wide spectrum of things. Did you listen to our promo at the beginning of North Carolina music there?
I didn't. I never got a link for it.
Okay, I don't think I sent it to you. I just shared it on the page. But yeah, our intro came out, so we had a little spot.
Nice.
Your favorite Stickcasters had a little spot at the beginning of Western North Carolina original music. Where we do a little comedy skit of sorts, and then the host comes on. So yeah, you might want to check that shit out if you're hungry for some mediocre entertainment.
It wasn't very just. I mean,
no, it wasn't very fun.
No.
I'm missing hardware. Give me a sec, and then maybe we'll delve into some more chilling topics. I have almost chilling topics, not really, just topics. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll be back. 1 second.
Okay.
It's not as bad as pizza with whipped cream.
Okay. Yeah. Let's hope not.
Okay. Yeah. No. Oh, and I'll tell you about somebody we have to have on the show.
Okay.
Okay, so I found out there's a guy, and he must be on our show. Mark my words. If he's not a total ass, he'll totally be on our show. And when I tell you what he does, you'll obviously realize he probably isn't a total ass at all. There's a guy who reads erotic fiction
Okay.
This is a podcast, by the way. He reads erotic fiction as Don Knotts.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a thing. Okay.
that's a thing. It's a. I think it's a beautiful thing. I don't know that there's. So I think I want to have him on the show at some point because I mean, just think about it. So yeah, I thought you should know that that's a thing that exists. Today in Quizland, I won't tell you what the quiz is, actually. My word of the day for you, I have as a screenshot on my phone that I don't think I can get at because I'm using my phone to film the Skype thing, so I'll have to see about that.
Okay.
So okay, you don't have anything, do you? Do you have anything that you wanted to talk about this week? I don't want to hog the whole show.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to bring up the fact that you were like an hour late for our recording.
Yeah, but that's
So-
not news. I'm always like,
So that happened.
I know I got a phone call. It wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
My wife needed me. My wife
Excuses are
needed.
for the powerless. Powerless.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
You
No,
make
I
an
don't.
ex- Yeah. Okay.
I don't think I have anything this week, really. Like, got a new barbecue. I mean, I don't know that that's really noteworthy.
Is it good? Is it
It's a nice.
like a this barbecue?
It's a nice barbecue. I like it. Well, we had a barbecue in the place that we moved into. It was already here, and it was it worked. It was junk, but it worked, and so we used it a handful of times, number of times, and then I think one of the last times I went to use it, I'm noticing flame pouring out of areas that it should not be pouring out of, and I'm going that's really unsafe.
That's
Yeah.
what?
That's unsafe.
Yeah, that's very unsafe.
So I go to make ribs a couple nights ago, and I'm gonna barbecue them, and so I go fire up the barbecue again, and it's gotten worse, and I'm just like, nope. I turned off the barbecue. I'm like, I'm not using this barbecue because I'm gonna blow myself up.
Yeah.
So we decided that we wanted to have some steaks. Hadn't had steaks in a while, so we wanted some steaks for dinner last night. So we went and picked up a new barbecue, and then I had to put it together. Yeah. So, and it worked great. Yeah, it was good. So I mean, now I got a new barbecue, so I can barbecue more, which is good for me. I love to barbecue. Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty uneventful. We had some guests from Saskatchewan for a few days.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I can talk about this just cause. So we went to a hotel the other night.
Okay.
Because they had water slides and a pool and a hot tub and stuff, and so we all went there for the evening. And you know what? I'm gonna say it. I don't care. It's the Days Inn, okay, by Windham Airport location, and
Okay.
it was horrible. It was horrible. You get in there,
Oh.
place looks nice, it's great, whatever, and then. So we get into the room, and it's freezing. Heat is set at 50 degrees, right?
Okay.
And I understand when rooms aren't being used, they turn the heat down to conserve power. They turn the fridges off. Yeah, that's I understand that. But if you get a booking, somebody should be up there turning heat on, right? Especially in the winter,
Mm-hmm.
So
People
so
are coming in cold. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a first, like, what the hell? And then what else? Okay. So then we go down to the pool, and we just sat in the hot tub basically. Kids went on the in the big pool and the water slide and stuff. So we get in there, and the hot tub is so overly chlorinated, it's burning our eyes. Okay. And you turn the jets on, and it just, the whole tub bubbles and foams right up, which means, and when I had my hot tub, when it foamed up like that, it means it was dirty, needs to be clean. So I'm sitting there, and then I just kind of happen to look behind me. Whole edge of the tub is got just like dead skin, grungy disgusting, filmy yumminess, right?
Oh,
So it was just
hair,
like
I'm
really,
sure.
yeah, oh yeah, hair, dead skin, just this goopy. Oh, it was a paste. It was gross, man. And then okay, so then we need towels. So and they've got a rack there with towels, and the towels are fucking bath mats. Like they're literally the size of fucking loincloths. And we're going, what do you want us to do with these? So Naomi goes and as to the front desk and says, hey, we need some towels here. And he's just like, oh, sorry, I just haven't had a chance to put them in the jar or to fold them. To fold them. So we're like, okay. So we're in there for another hour or so. He never shows up with towels. So then Naomi goes and runs out to go and see if she's like, oh, well, the room's just right there by the front desk. I'll just go grab the towels. Yeah,
Yeah.
the guy hadn't even washed them yet, right? And it had been hours, and the guy just was missing in action. There was another guest who was standing, I'm assuming waiting to check in, who was standing at the desk for 30 minutes or something. And with this guy with the front desk guy nowhere to be seen. So
Wow.
it was just ridiculously unimpressed. And then
Yeah.
and then
Unprofessional.
yeah, and then so breakfast comes around. I take the kids down for breakfast, and I'm just like, I says to the girl, I'm like, hey, where's the we need some more hash browns. Oh, we've run out. I don't get my food order till tomorrow. And it's like, so I'm looking, and there's like no bread, no hash browns, right?
Alexa,
And I think
turn off.
breakfast was at breakfast ended at 11 or something, and I went down at like 9. So there's still a couple hours left for breakfast, right? And they've got no food, right? So it was like, are you kidding me? Like I paid for this, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really unimpressive. And then Naomi left a deposit, and so when we go to check out, they couldn't find it. $300 they just lost. Right? So they found it
Wow.
eventually, but it took them 20 minutes. Right? And it was like, really? Like you don't have a spot for it? So I'm really unimpressed. They're gonna get
Yeah. No
they're gonna
shit.
get a Google
Understand.
review for me. And I'm not a big review guy, you know. I think according to my Google account, I've reviewed 4 places. Right? So I'm not a big review guy, but they're getting a 1-star for me, absolutely. Like, and I will never stay there again. I was disgusted. Everything was horrible. I mean, the place was
Yeah.
clean in terms of to look at, right?
Okay.
But and yeah, I mean, the room was fine. It was clean, but it was cold, and the breakfast sucked, and the pool was over chlorinated with no towels, and so yeah, it was. I mean, it's not like it was one of the more expensive rooms, but it was still, you pay for something you expect to. Yeah, I don't know. So they're gonna get a bad review.
No shit. No shit. Wow.
Yeah, that's all I got to say.
Okay, well, yeah, no, that's a bad experience. Fair enough. That's gross. That's gross. Question: How is you're on your phone for Skype, right?
Yeah.
How's it doing? How's it doing for battery?
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay.
I don't know.
I want to find a way to switch you to
Oh,
my computer. I'm gonna
35%.
call you. Okay, I'm gonna call you back, and if you want, you can answer on your phone. Oh, I can't see you now. Oh, there you are. I'm gonna call you so I can use my computer because my phone's at 10%.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Well, then I'm gonna go and get my charging cable too, and just plug it into the computer. Like I
Okay,
said,
sure, sounds good.
36%, but I don't want it to just all of a sudden die.
Yeah, you think it'll last, or do you want to switch to your computer too?
Well, it'll last. I'll just plug it in. That's all. I mean, it's
Okay,
not like
sounds
we're
good.
recording for another 6 hours.
No, no, no.
Okay, I'll be right
Okay,
back.
sounds good. Okay, I'll see you in a sec.
I like to ride my bicycle. I like to ride my bike. I like to ride my bicycle. I like to ride my bike.
Yeah. I'm just gonna be fine. So yeah, I'm supposed to avoid legal snakes by reminding you that I'm recording this, by the way. So
Yeah.
you're reminded. I don't know exactly to have the camera. It was okay before. Okay. What? Whoa! Ah! Spinning around in circles. Now I can't see you.
Yeah, I'm having some
Pure ass chaos.
technical
I think that happens when you flip your phone around. Mine was doing freaky ass shit
Okay,
like that.
there we go.
Look at you go. Okay, there. Now I can still kind of see you. Where are you? Yeah, there's the camera.
Yeah,
Okay.
I see you.
Yeah. Okay. And my crazy ass hat. Still have the hat. Okay. So I have. Okay. I have. I have a word of the day for you. I have a quiz for you. I have all these different things for you. I also have a gripe. So, about not a gripe, a revelation. Something happened. I realized something. I learned something. And when you learn something after a long time of believing something different, it's always a strange experience.
Sure, I can believe that. Yeah, absolutely.
So, a little while back, I think it was during the bonus episode, the mini-sode, last week's mini-sode, I think. I talked about trying to start a band a while back with this guy, and we weren't very good or anything like that, and blah, blah, blah. Anyways. So, in trying to do that, he was... Okay, we both wrote songs, because I really enjoyed writing songs, so on and so forth. He would write things occasionally and bring them to me and be like, check this out, or whatever. And it was always like, my biggest problem with what he wrote, the stuff he wrote, it's the same problem I have with Metallica, is it's a lot of it was very like kind of had this old English kind of tinge to it, and it was like kind of, and I'm like, like it's just not my thing, right? But that's okay, right? Like I wasn't mean to him about it, but that was always my thing with his stuff, right? It always had this very old Englishy weird feeling to it. Like, why would you do that to a song? That's not, I don't know. Anyways, right? My issues, not a big deal. So I don't even know where to begin. I made notes because I wanted to organize my thoughts here. So everything that you already know about this. Okay. I am a born storyteller. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
This is why I write, because if I write things down, I can edit it 15 times and I can move the parts around. I don't talk. That's okay. So, long story short, I find this thing, and that's what I was looking through my notes for, because I was trying to remember what it was. It was like a list of like things of Edgar Allan Poe. That's what it was, and I haven't even found it, but I remember it was. They would give you like a quote, and you had to decide if it was Edgar Allan Poe from a poem, an Edgar Allan Poe poem, or if it was from an emo song. Okay, so it's like, okay, haha, fun, right? So I thought, what the hell? And I never do these things. It was a total fluke that I would have ever clicked on this. I don't do these things, but I decided to. So I clicked on it, going through. And sure enough, I find a song that he wrote. And I'm like, okay, well, that's fucked up. So I track it down, and I find out that it's a line from an Edgar Allan Poe poem. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that's kind of a... You could do that. Maybe you quoted Poe, that's your self-righteous thing. No, the whole fucking song, verbatim, word for word. He copied and pasted an Edgar Allan Poe poem. It was the song he told me he wrote about his dying grandfather.
Oh, so it even came with a backstory.
It came with the backstory. I just sat here, furiously blinking. Like, I don't... There's no... What is the reaction to that? What do you do? Like, I haven't talked to him forever. We had a falling out. Do I call him and be like, you son of a bitch, after all this time? Like, there's no rational reaction to that. But I felt so fucked. Like, I felt
violated.
I felt violated. Like, I believed him. Like, I was going over to his place every fucking morning at 8 o'clock, and we were, like, working on this shit together. Like, I believed him. I just...
So now, what are the chances?
I felt so
that...
violated.
Okay, so, but, I mean, you got to look at it from every angle. So, it could be that he's Edgar Allan Poe reincarnated.
Okay.
Okay.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or, right, it could be that he did write the song, and it just happened to be the exact same thing as an Edgar Allan Poe song, right?
You know what?
Is that not reasonable that maybe he was inspired and he just did it and it just happened to be something from 2,000 years ago? I don't even know where I'd get it. What era was he from?
I'm gonna just lob out there like 1700s, but I might be wrong.
Okay, so yeah, so it's not reasonable that every couple thousand years somebody repeats something that was maybe no.
No, I can't do it.
Okay.
I can't do it. He was born in 1809, so my long shot lob wasn't bad. Yeah, I only missed by 10 years, depending.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so yeah, and so okay. By the way, so just to stack on top of the story, I still get collection calls. I get calls for this guy from collection agencies where he's left my name as a reference.
As a reference, yeah.
Payday loans and places like that. So I still get collection calls for this guy. And on top of that, I find out that Alone, that's the name of the poem. I find out that Alone, the song that he fucking... And I even went, I was so bitter. I didn't know what... I went through it. I found, we recorded, concepts for it, to try to get the melody and work on that. We recorded fucking parts. I'm like, you motherfucker! There I am! I know I fucking sang that! You motherfucker! Yeah. And I still get...
Let it out, Paul. Let it out. Yeah, well, I mean, and it's funny though, just to touch on that. I mean, it is funny because people do this shit. They plagiarize all the time.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, how can it not come out? How can the truth not come out at some point?
But you don't...
Right?
Not the whole thing though. That wouldn't get plagiarized in the, I'll quote, real world, because it would be flagged immediately because it's a very copywritten thing.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. How could you not have the sense to realize that you're going to be fucked if you try to pass this off as your own?
Yeah, somebody's going to hear it eventually.
Yeah.
If we show that to 5 people, there's a chance that somebody's going to go, I've heard there's something familiar about, yeah.
Yeah,
So.
well, maybe it's worth sending him a message and calling him out on it, just to see what he says, just for entertainment value.
In my notes, it says Edgar Allan Poe, motherfucker. That's my notes, and then I have a link to another thing.
Oh, okay.
No, he sent me a friend request though, months ago, and I just didn't want any part of that. He's got issues. He's one of these people who has diabetes, but he's using it to slowly kill himself.
Oh.
I
use alcohol to slowly kill myself.
Well, that's what he does too, but it just works much quicker for him because he can't process the alcohol as well. So he drinks himself into the fucking hospital every couple of weekends and stuff like that, and he's a mess. I mean, this is me saying he's a mess. I mean,
hopefully he doesn't listen to the podcast.
I highly doubt he does. I can't imagine he does. If he does, I mean, I'd be floored. I'd love to hear what he had to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was something that I wanted to talk about. I got something called Erotic Knots. Oh yeah, that's the Don Knotts. That's that guy. Yeah, I want him on the show.
Mr. Furley.
So yeah. Well, I grew up watching not because I'm 80 or just because I grew up and watched it coincidentally. Not I grew up watching because it was current. I grew up watching the Andy Griffith Show because
it was in reruns. That's not current.
Yeah, no, because it was in reruns on Comedy Central all the time. So I grew up watching the Andy Griffith Show, so that's how I know him. And I Dream of Jeannie and Bewitched and Petticoat Junction, and I grew up loving a lot of these things. So.
Yeah, you're a weirdo, but that's okay. We accept you for who you are.
And the Golden Girls.
The Golden Girls. Betty White's still alive.
Yeah, I know.
What is that about?
That's fucking crazy. There's a podcast that's a Golden Girls rewatch podcast that I'm enamored with. They're really good. I also found Bob's Burgers and Golden Girls crossover fanfic.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's really, really long and drawn out, and it's not funny in just a short dose. It was you could just get a whole bunch of quick ha-has, but no, it's drawn out over 3 parts. It's probably 10,000 words in total or something. It's a full out short story. It's kind of Crazy. So that's a thing that's in the world. Yeah. So is it quiz time?
Yeah, let's do it up here.
Ooh.
I already rocked it on our mini-sode, so let's see if I can keep that going.
Well, here's the funny thing. We were talking about the Golden Girls and Bob's Burgers just now, and today's quiz is all about TV.
Okay.
Ah.
Yeah.
So, how much do you know about TV?
I know how to turn them on.
Ooh,
And-
okay,
and-
that's the first question.
Netflix and stuff. I don't know. I surprise myself sometimes with
You
the
can-
useless information I have in my head. So let's figure this out. Let's do it up.
You can Netflix, but can you chill?
I'm too old for that.
Okay.
I'm more Netflix and nap.
So there's
Alright.
some questions involved here that are the history of television, and some that involve like television, shows and stuff. So, number one, which came first, sound or color?
I am going to go with sound.
Okay, you should. That's a natural thing, and that's what most people think, but it's not true.
Oh. Well, fuck you too then.
This is the fact that made me make this quiz, because I knew this. Like I learned this a while back, and I was like, that's so fucked up. I've got to work that in. No, because they used to sit there and colorize the film, the physical film. They'd sit there like they were tattooing and colorize each slide.
Really?
And they make really expensive, very labor-intensive color films that way that were completely silent. In the early 1900s or so. So 1902 is the date that I have here. There's a few things that came out around that time, but it was the first film came out in 1902. Before that, people had done like short demonstrations. I know there's a famous video out of I swear it's the late or early 1890s. I don't know for sure. It's called like the Peacock or something, and it's a woman in this colorful dress spinning around, and it's got special effects in it because they color stenciled the each individual frame, and they made her dress like get up and fly away and stuff by moving each thing over as you would in animation. And it's like the first special effects, and it was before.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, before there was even silent film. They were like
See, I went
doing.
with I was thinking sound, just because I mean, even with the silent films and stuff like that, they were black and white, like Charlie Chaplin and stuff like that, right? They would have music in them, or you know what I mean. So that's why my head went to sound. But that's pretty neat.
Yeah. The reason they did that was because it's too intensive to color something that way. And by that time, Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, all those people, by that time they were going out to a whole bunch of theaters, hundreds of theaters. They needed more than 10 copies of these films by that point.
Yeah, that would be crazy labor intensive.
Yeah,
Wow.
No the fucking people that did that. Wow. Like, here, I'm tipping my freakish hat to you. Okay. Question number 2. So that one was. Wait, let me make sure I make that one was wrong.
Oh sure.
Okay. Not to rub
just
it
be
in.
that way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I see how it is.
What year was the first TV made in?
First.
A.
TV?
Yeah.
Oh. I
A.
was just giving a number.
Oh, what were you gonna guess? What was your guess? We'll see if it's one of them.
I was gonna guess like 1949.
Okay, here are your options. A. 1927. B. 1958. C. 1943. Why was that a tongue twister? D. 1910.
I don't know. Let's go. Shit. See, no, and this is funny because I'm sitting there in my head and I'm thinking back to the movie Back to the Future, right? And Marty goes back to 1955, and they have TVs. So I want to go with the 47, was it, or 43 or
43.
Yeah, I want to say 43.
Hey. Well, you should get all of your history from Back to the Future because you were absolutely wrong.
I was all like, yeah. I almost celebrated
thinking,
a little prematurely there.
How can I justify this misleadingness? I was like, 1927.
That was my first guess. Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm sure. The world's first electronic television, and before that, they had these ones that worked with like a crank system. They were called like a mechanical television. But the first electronic television was created by a 21-year-old inventor named Philo Taylor Farnsworth, as in Futurama Farnsworth.
That's
Isn't that his
that's
name on?
Barnsworth. Yeah, that's or is it Barnsworth? I don't know. I haven't watched that show in forever.
Amazing show though. Have you ever watched the whole fucking thing and then like watched the finale and all that?
You know what? I did. But to remember it, I mean, I thought it was a great show. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it turned out to be a really I really like that show actually. I don't really like the way a lot of shows end, and I was pretty impressed with that. All right, question. Wait, so you got that one wrong.
Yeah, I did.
I need to rub that in and write it down. There we go. Okay. Number 3. After 70 seasons, what is the longest running show in TV history? I didn't know it was that long when I looked this up. A. The Tonight Show. B. Days of Our Lives. C. Meet the Press. D. The Price is Right.
Well, okay, it's not Price is Right.
Okay.
Right. I'm trying to go between the Days of Our Lives and the Tonight Show.
Okay.
That's tough. Yeah. So 70. I'm gonna go Tonight Show.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to tell you the answer right now. You'll find out
rude.
after these commercials. Sorry, I was inspired by the TV theme. No, you'll find out as I tell you. So, The Tonight Show was your guess, and that was A. That one has been on. How long do you think it's? Oh, well, 70 seasons. That one's been on for 63.
So Days of Our Lives
has been on for 51.
Oh.
I know. The Price is Right has been on for 44. And Meet the Press is on its 70th season.
See, I don't even know what that is.
Unfucking believable, eh? It's one of these have people come in, like the vice president will come down and sit down and talk to them. They famously spoke to Dick Cheney at Camp David following 9/11. Like they were the news outlet, they were the news program that was allowed to go in there and sit down and talk to them. Like they do those, big political things. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't watch news. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch any of that shit. So okay. I thought for sure then it was Tonight Show, or Days of Our Lives.
But 70 fucking years. I mean, they've had many hosts over the years, of course. But yeah, I thought it was going to be a soap opera. I was like rooting for Coronation Street, but because it ended, they ran out of, so things surpassed them. But I didn't fucking have a clue anything had gone 70 seasons.
Well, I had thought, in my head as you were reading the question, I had thought Days of Our Lives, or I figured soap opera, like Days of Our Lives, Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful, one of those. Right, that's where my head went. So, but oh well.
Did
I don't know shit about TV.
Apparently. Okay, so that one was wrong. Okay, there we go. So number 4. The original Law and Order has run 20 seasons now. Apart from the original, name 3 of the 7 shows in the Law and Order franchise. I meant to ask you ahead of time. Do you know Law and Order? Because if you do, this will be so.
So there's Law and Order. I can't just say because that's one. So I had to pick 3 other ones. So I mean, there's Special Victims Unit.
Yeah.
Law and Order, Special Victims Unit, Law and Order.
Come on, one that we haven't mentioned on the show. Come on.
No, I don't know Law and Order, but I know SVU. And I want to say Law and Order McDonald's.
I was so on board for you to come out with the right thing.
Yeah, no, all I can think is Special Victims Unit. So yeah, I failed.
I think it's fair to say even if you got one more, you wouldn't get 2 more.
No.
So Law and Order, the one I kind of thought you might get like that I would have got off the cuff was Criminal Intent.
No
but okay, then the weird ones. Law and Order Trial by Jury.
Okay.
Law and Order LA. Law and Order True Crime, and Law and Order Hate Crimes.
Yeah, I would have no idea about any of that. I just, I never watched Law and Order, so
Okay.
I failed that one as well. Good job.
You failed
Renee.
that
Good
one
job.
as well.
Yep.
Wow. I've got to double check this one. I didn't mark which one was the right answer. And I'm not sure with this one. Dead air. This is entertaining. I can't freaking talk and type well at all. Yeah, that's the one that I have. So that would be. Don't mutter it out loud, Paul. Don't mutter it out loud. Okay. Okay, ready. When did the first television commercial air? It was right there. I voted right. Okay, sorry. Yeah. When did the first television commercial air?
Oh, I don't get a multiple choice?
Oh, yeah, sorry. A,
Yeah.
1962. Smoke more, Paul. A, 1962. B, 1941. C, 1950. D, 1976.
41.
Whoa, you came out the gate hot with that. Why?
Well, because the first TV was 27.
Okay.
So you got to think in 13 years or whatever, 13, 14 years, you think they would start paying to advertise.
Yeah, because they advertised on the radio. So
Yeah.
it's not like they had to learn about advertising. They knew it was there.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I understand why you made that decision, but you're right.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so in 1941, the first television advertisement aired. The first official paid television advertisement was broadcast in the United States on July 1st, 1941, over the New York station WNBT. Before a baseball game between the Brooklyn Dodgers and the Philadelphia Phillies. The announcement was for Bulova watches.
Bulova.
Bulova, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Correct me. Did you know that? Oh, you did. Okay. So that one you got.
That's
right.
weird. I wonder were people just watching the game and then just all of a sudden, bam, watches. Or if they had announced it in the newspaper or on the no, but hey, first ever. Was this an event?
The only thing they had
commercial.
Yeah, the only thing they had ever seen on TV was official news. So it's go get a Bulova watch. They're like, okay, bye. I guess I have to now.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know, man.
My honest opinion on that, not that I'm a major historian or anything, but I would think it would have been in the papers. I would think that they would have talked about it. They would have talked about it ahead of time as being a big deal, I think, depending. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's my thought. Do you watch Game of Thrones?
I did. Yeah, I haven't watched the last season, but yeah, I watched up to 5 seasons or 6 seasons.
Okay. So what major event happens at the end of the last season? No, I'm joking. So I have some Game of Thrones. So if you might know this one because it comes down to knowing a specific thing about the show in the background. You'll understand. Game of Thrones. Oh yeah, I wrote a whole little thing for this. Why did I get so creative? Game of Thrones has disrupted the landscape of television. How many episodes have aired? Why did I get so fancy suddenly? Okay, go. Okay.
Wow, yeah, okay then. That happened.
Yeah.
Do I get multiple choice?
You do, but not if I'm in fucking control of it. A, 70. B, 60. C, 150. Or D, 100.
I want to go with 100.
That doesn't feel too round to you for 7 what is it? 7 seasons now? Something like that? Okay. All right, then. You are absolutely wrong. The answer was 70 because for some reason they do exactly 10 episodes a season.
Well, and that's where I thought my first initial thought was 70, but because I thought I seem to remember that the seasons were quite short, but I thought maybe if they rounded them out to 12 or 13, right, or something like that, right? So I thought 100, but no, okay, yeah.
They did not. So this week you got 1 right.
Oh, yes.
This was not your week.
This was not my week.
No.
No.
Okay, so
My
now that
deductive reasoning failed me yet again.
oh yeah, big time. I have a word of the day. There it is. Woohoo! I actually found it. I was afraid I lost my word of the day because I didn't put it in my show notes, but I have a screen capture of it. Okay, it's yeah. I don't want to say anything about it. Are you ready for the word of the day?
I'm
You
gonna
think
try to
You're gonna try to be okay. Oh no, I didn't practice saying it.
be. Uh, that doesn't give me a lot of faith for the outcome of the definition. If you can't even say it properly, then I'm probably definitely not going to be able to define it in any true sense of the word.
When I'm properly prepared, I practice saying the word ahead of time. So this is the very first time I'm going to say this out loud, so I don't know what's going to happen, okay? Are you ready? Like,
Yeah.
my lips and my tongue might get tangled up. I might bite something off. I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, wait.
Well then, that first attempt, fail. Second,
Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, here we go. Apoplanesis. Nope. Apoplanesis. Apoplanesis. Apoplanesis.
apoplanesis.
I hope I said that right. Yeah. Hang on. I can ask a professional how you're supposed to say it. Just to make sure.
Apoplasis.
No. No, you're way off now. It telephone gamed into nothing.
Apoplanesis.
But there's no video explaining how to pronounce it.
Maybe it's not a real word.
Well, but I got a screen capture of somebody on the internet saying that it's a real word, so it has to be real.
It has to be real then.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I've got a couple fucking appearance of it. Dear God. Okay, so I don't know how to say it for sure, but that's my.
Okay, so say it again.
Apoplanesis. Would you like me to spell it? You can spell it. I can spell it to you, and you can type it.
No, I mean, I kind of think I already know what it is. So,
okay, well, I think you do too.
I don't know about the pronunciation because, but that's what I believe. That's the study of movement on the plains, right? Obviously through rains and global warming and ice caps melting, all that shit, right? The earth shifting on its axis, the plains, they change shape and they grow, develop, evolve, right? Sometimes they turn into mountains, right? So sometimes they turn into forests, right? But it's the study of the plains and their evolution over hundreds of millions of years. They dig holes, they take soil samples, and
like plate tectonics.
Well, that's part that's part of it too. But it's not just that; it's also weather related, right? Right. Winds, right? Like the winds erode soil and the ice caps melting and stuff, and glaciers, carve out mountains and turn them into plains.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So it's the study of the evolution of the plains.
Wow. I think you could be more wrong, but I think it would take work. I put on these 3D glasses so that I could see you in 3D to make that answer even more thrilling than it was. Okay, I don't even know where to begin. So apparently, and I'm having trouble believing this is a real word the longer that I look at it, but it is spelled Apoplanesis.
Okay.
And it is to avoid answering a question by rambling on about something else.
So I was kind of right. I was giving you a a show, an example of what it means. I was just rambling on because I didn't want to answer the question. Huh? See?
I see. Then you would be right for the first time in history, but I'm not going to count it.
No. I figured I was a stretch there.
That was not. You were not right though. Yeah. So that's that.
Okay.
I don't even know what else to say. I'm just stymied. I got too stoned during the show. You know, I made mistakes. Things have happened. We generally have a very strict format that we stick to, and
you were an hour late.
Today it's just veered wildly off course. I was an hour late. Yes,
yeah.
I'm aware of that. Yeah. Next week we have Darius Velasquez of the Melancholy Condition with us. So I will send you, Ryan, information on him.
Fantastic.
About him and see. My episode on his show, I believe, comes out on the 28th, but I'll keep everybody posted through the Facebook page. And I mean, I think that's basically it for me. If you don't have anything else to talk about, I mean, I'm kind of like, I don't know where to go next.
Well,
Goldie Hawn smells like vodka.
Yeah, and bad decisions.
I mean, and bad decisions. You need to check out our Patreon.
Yeah.
No.
I'm really proud of myself for being on video for an hour plus and not picking my nose.
Okay, congratulations.
Yeah, I'm quite proud of myself for that. So I play this video game on the PS4 called 7 Days to Die. I think I probably brought it up once or twice in a couple of our shows, but so it's a survivalist game. There's zombies trying to kill you, zombie bears, zombie bees, right? Different forms of zombie. There's a zombie cop, zombie nurse. There's like a meth zombie. Yeah, and so we don't get a lot of action from other players because like our house is very fortified, right?
You lost me.
Well, it's very fortified. Like I've got walls, I've got barbed wire, I've got bombs, I've got,
Hey, brah, is it fortified? I don't. What's your house? What's fortified? I'm so.
The house.
Our
base.
So what's the point? How does this game work then? Because I thought right up until that point, I thought it was like a survival horror thing where you're like kind of like Resident Evil. What the fuck?
Yeah,
are you talking about a house?
We've got a house, which is our base, so that's where we keep all our supplies, our weapons. We build things, and everything like that. And then we go outside the house to forage for materials and food and stuff like that, where we get chased by zombies.
Well,
right, so we have to survive the zombie attack. So we have to kill zombies. Sometimes they kill us. Like I think we're on day 140 or something, and I've killed like 2,200 zombies. Like I'm rocking it.
But you have a base that you return to and protect. That's different. That stands out amongst other games. We
don't have to protect it. Like not everybody has necessarily a base. Like I've never and I've played this game for a couple of years, and in a couple of years I have never come across anybody who has a base like mine. Like mine is just so ridiculously overkill in terms of being protected. Like, so
okay, but
last night we're okay.
Nobody else has a base like yours, but like first of all, new dance track. Second of all, I'm trying to understand because everybody else's base sucks and yours is just supremo, or because other people don't build bases. Like and my second question, because I have 1,000 questions a second as you say this. My next question, is this online?
No, it's PS4. Well, it's all you play online to play with.
Those two things are mutually exclusive. Yeah. Okay,
but I mean, it's not like Fortnite that you can just play for free. Like you gotta buy the game, and then you gotta obviously have a. I mean, it's free to play, I guess, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but when you're talking about like you haven't seen other bases like yours. Like, are you talking about other
world?
Humans? Are you talking about humans, other human beings that you've encountered? Okay.
Yes, I've never come across anybody that has gone to the extent, not even a 100th of what I've done.
Okay.
Right? So players come on, and some of them are newbies, some of them aren't. So we've had a couple attacks, right? And so last night we had an attack that really fucked us. Yeah.
Your voice broke up like it was sad. You lost a lot of good men.
I was, like I say, we put a lot of hours and blood, sweat, and tears into building our base. And someone came along, and I'm just standing in my house doing something, and all of a sudden I'm hearing pop, 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 and I'm getting shot. And I turn around, whip my gun out, and it's too late. I'm dead.
Wow.
So now what happens is when you die, okay, so at your base you'll have a bed that you've built, right? And that bed means when you die, you respawn wherever you put this bed.
Okay.
So this guy knew what he was doing. We had 2 beds in there, obviously one's mine, one's Naomi's. And so he killed me, and then Naomi was out in the world foraging for stuff or whatever she was doing, and he killed me and then killed my bed and killed Naomi's bed.
So you couldn't respawn?
So we couldn't respawn back in our house. So now we respawn in some random spot in the map. We have to run back to the house.
He's commandeered your house now.
Yes and no. No, because you can't. I mean, you can, but we've put things in place that you can't. He was just able to get in the house. He didn't get all of our materials. He didn't get, stuff like that.
Like you said, it's fortified and all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So couldn't he just put his bed in there, and now it's his house? And unless you do the same thing, then
no, because we have these things that are called land claim blocks, and I've got, I think, 30 of them around the house, and in the inside walls and the grounds and stuff like this. This makes it more difficult for other players to steal someone's house, basically, like to be able to change the locks and this, that, and the other thing, right? So he was able to get in, kill me, and make it difficult for us. So what he ended up doing was he ended up throwing a bunch of bombs everywhere in the house and outside the house. And of course, we just go running in, and boom, we're dead again. So we died probably 5 or 6 times just to get all the bombs cleared out and get our beds put in there and again and stuff like that. So yeah, it was pretty upsetting. Yeah. So
this game sounds super involved and super intense. Like I'm just like so. But are some people homeless, and is that a bad thing?
Well,
like, are there people that don't have a house? How did you get a house to begin with? Like, okay, so Fortnite, you have to forge resources. Did you have to hack down trees to make your house?
Well, you can, right? Like you can hack down trees to build an actual house, but there's a lot of random buildings. There's cities that are throughout the game and everything like that, where you can go and get materials and everything. So we just found a house that we liked, and it was like, okay, so we just started fortifying it. Because you need things so you need the machines or the equipment you can make as a forge, okay, a cement mixer, chemistry station, and workbench. And all 4 of those things make different things. So, you can make guns, you can make motorcycles, you can make couches, you can make gunpowder, you can, it's how you make all your stuff. And so unless you have a base, where do you put that stuff? Especially the forge, like when you get with the forge, you put stone in there and it banks it.
Okay.
So that there's a cache in the forge of materials ready to make bullets or ready to make iron or ready to make whatever, right?
This is super intense. Okay.
Oh, it's a very, very involved game, very intense and very involved. It's got a ton of things that you do on it. And so yeah, it was
that's tragic. I'm sorry to hear that your house got ransacked.
So yeah, so once I'm done here with you, then we have to get on and see if we've been broken into again.
Okay, well that's.
And
did you have you tried light bears?
yes, I watched a couple of YouTube videos,
Okay.
and I don't really get it, so I was like, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, not my jam.
You don't get it, but you're foraging for materials and building a home and
But I'm not a gamer. Though.
Yes, you
I know,
are. Everything you just told me.
I'm not a gamer. Like this is literally the only game that I play, and it is the only game aside from World of Warcraft is the only game that I've spent this much time playing. Every other, like I've bought just about every game system except for any of the Xboxes. I never had Xbox, but you know, and I've had games, and I've had a ton of different games, and I play them for 20 minutes. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm bored, I'm out.
That's how it works. You'll go from this game to another game.
No, I've been playing this game for like 2 years now.
Oh,
non-stop.
Trust me, it's a gateway game. I can tell.
No.
Oh.
It's not.
Two-way. Next, GTA.
No, I had GTA and I played. You know, I had the one for the PS4 and yeah, it was just whatever. So
just whatever.
Just whatever.
Whatever.
But yeah, so that's
you're not playing it right.
That's what my evening looks like.
Well then, you should
zombieing, as I like to call it.
Zombieing.
And zombieing. So, yeah.
Well, you better get to that then, I guess. Well, okay, if you guys want to see the magnificent video feed of this entire thing, if you're wondering exactly what I look like when I'm lost in the middle of a sentence and I don't know where it's going to end up, if you want to see my enormous hat, if you want to find out what Ryan looks like, you know, there's so much to be gained. You should go ahead and, I don't know, maybe go to, I don't know, www.patreon.com/TSC podcast. Yeah, do that. And then you can subscribe to see video feeds every month of our shows, at least 2 of them a month, because we'll do 2 episodes that are just us, because this is complicated to do with a guest. So, yeah. Anyways, so yeah, make sure you do that. There's also lots of other exclusive content over there, including mini-sodes every single week, which we record right before this show and then leads into the show, where we do other things like quizzes and answer Yahoo questions and do all kinds of stuff. Remember doing Yahoo questions?
Yeah, that was... I think we changed the world.
I edited that recently, and I think we did. I think we gave some really solid advice to people.
I think we should get like our own column in a newspaper or TV show or something.
I think so. 100%. 100%. Yeah. Other than that, hey, why don't you leave us a review, people? That would be pretty sexy of you. You can leave us a review on Apple, you know, you can even leave us a review on Facebook. If you don't want to sign up for anything and you listen to this podcast just because your neighbors listen to it and you overhear it, you don't need to sign up for anything or be on any podcast platform. You can leave us a review on Facebook. It's that insanely easy to tell us what you think. I mean, come on. Not everybody wants your opinion, and yet you give it to them. We want your opinion. Give it to us. Give it to us.
Just give it to us.
Give it to us real good. And to the guy that hosts Erotic Knots, I'm coming for you. I want you on my show. Other than that, I think that's about it. So, yeah. Bye!
Bye!
Wow. Hey. Yeah, wow, indeed.
Thank you for joining us on the Total Stickcast. The Total Stickcast is available wherever you listen to podcasts, including Google Play, Apple, Spotify, and Stitcher. We appreciate your ratings and reviews as they help other people find us and help us to grow. Please take the time to let us know what you think. The Total Stickcast is hosted and produced by Paul Johnson and features Ryan Blair and Terry Savage. You can connect with Paul Johnson directly on Twitter at OffTheLP or at everythingpaul.net. That's everythingpaul.net. You can find the Total Stickcast on Twitter and Facebook at Total Stickcast. You can also reach us by email at TotalStickShow@gmail.com. My name is Larry G. Jones, and this has been the Total Stickcast. Thank you for making us a part of your day.